Hello, Dave here. I'm in my hometown of Stockton-on-Tees. I'm at Egglescliffe Parish Church, and originated way back in 1100s, I think. So there's no question about the age of this place. But it's just beautiful, looks like Norman church. There's not many interesting features. It's pretty plain, pretty basic. It has its own walled graveyard. And I say there's not a great deal to see around the back here, but if I just move on to these things, you know, you can see the what look like wall supports jutting out, but they originally didn't have anything to do with the structure, the strength of the structure. That's not what they're there for. Be part of the functionality of the building. There's another one there, look. So I am going to have a wander around, see what I can see. But there doesn't appear to be that much from the outside. Very plain windows. No decoration. We're back to these wall supporters again. You know, my house is about that high. It doesn't need wall supports like that. Lovely little door that I would say is maybe a later addition to the original build. And just hiding down there. Where's it gone? No. Just out of interest as we go around. There's one. I have noticed that there's two types of manhole covers. Looks like the small ones for the utilities. And I'd love to be able to lift that one up there. Because I would say, it's what I meant to point out round the other side. Heavens. I am going to try and go inside and ask, you know, and see what the low level situation is in here. And just before I attempt to go in, we've just had one. There's another. But it is very plain and very typical of a Norman type church. But we're back to this, you know, thing. What were these buildings built for originally? Because it wasn't for religion. I don't believe that for 1 minute. So there's two types of manhole covers. You have them ones, which I would think for your drainage. Just have a little walk around this end before I go inside. There's three. There's number 4. I haven't even been halfway around the place yet. Just have a walk along this side. Might as well. I think most of these will be drainage, possibly. That one maybe. Oh, that's quite interesting. Previous doorway now blocked up. I mean, that looks like more an extension, but you can see the archway there. I was going to say that's a modern door, but I think that old extension's quite modern. I'm sure I'll find out in the church. And really, that's about it. You know, it is the thing I noticed walking around here. Earthen rods. Earthen rods. Notice them round the other side as well. You know, fair enough, you can argue the point of lighting conductor on the top of the building. You know, maybe up on the tower there. But as you can clearly see on the corner, on all four corners, earthing cables. Now what are all them for? If you're sticking a lighting conductor, you stick it up on the top. You don't need all these bloody dozens of other little things that are up on the roof. Right, I'll just switch off like a bit further out. Oh, hang on. See, here we are again. That's maybe a drain. They're drains as well. Yep, and squirrels everywhere. I'll just give you an overall look at that. See, it's a very plain, very simple, which is, you know, these type of Norman churches, what you expect. There's another one there, as you can see. That is part of the functionality of the building, or it was when these places were first built. Right, so that's where I started up there actually. We've been right round it. So maybe have a look inside and see what we can see. Catch you in a bit. Right, I've just moved out from the church a little bit. One of the things that caught my attention, there's not much in the way of graves, interesting ones. But that's this beautiful house that borders the cemetery. It's a beautiful old world house, pre-reset house. It's a good clue. The slits in the apex. Low capacitor on the top there. And it's people's properties, so I don't linger about, but as you can see, it's definitely pre-reset. Right, I'll move on a bit. Right, I'm not going to go right inside. I've stuck my head in. It's so dark in there I can't video anything. But one of the things that interested me just as I go in the doorway here is, first of all, this fella. Clearly a knight of some sort. It's extremely well weathered. Who knows, it might have been outside once over. See bits of old masonry. The other thing as well, that you know, these bits of old masonry, looks like grinding wheel and that. There's all sorts of carvings as such on that. Incredible thickness of the walls. And the other thing that got me is this thing up here. Where's the date on it? 1622. So we'll just try going back in if that's alright. I will try the camera. You know, I'm not sure how dark it is, but you know, with the work and that I do enough work, interested to hobby, we don't really believe that these buildings were, built by the church. It had previous occupiers. It's a massively strong structure. And, as I was saying outside, about underground levels, I'm almost sure this will have a crypt. But it is very, very basic. And, my original thought of these buildings, that something was housed in here. I do believe that all this wood that we see, the fine carvings, beautiful pews, they're all a later addition when religion took these buildings over. Like I say, it's very basic, it's just the main room. You can't really get off anywhere else. But one thing I want to point out as well, I'm sure, the tremendous thickness of the walls. And as I keep saying, I do believe that these buildings had another purpose once over. But that's it basically inside, it's just a very, very basic vaulted church, which I believe has lower levels. So at least I've managed to get in this one, and I have given a donation, so out I come in the sunshine again. So it's been a nice change, doing a church video. So, can't remember which way I come in. Yeah, I'm sure we've been this way, haven't we? Because I started counting the manhole covers from here. So, this is a beautiful parish church in Egglescliffe. Catching a bit. Just before I go, I was on about them a little bit earlier. Different part, church, earthen rods. Earthen rods. Why so many needed? I'd really love to get below this place, especially with the way the graveyard is. In a sense, it's set above, high above all the street and surrounding houses. That's where I came in there. I'm almost sure there's another part of the graveyard. I'll have to go and investigate anyway. So, there we have it. We'll just have a quick spin back round. We've already seen this part of the church, I know, but splendid building. Onwards and upwards. Why the hell is it whenever I come out to make videos, this happens? Terrible. It's absolutely tipping down. I want to be over there somewhere, but not looking good. Hailstones from hell. Oh, the Bennett. Look at it. I'm getting grounded. Biblical flood. Better turn this off.